Hey, my name is Clay. I'm with Stateline Builders, and today's video we're going to talk about site prep and shed foundations. I get questions from customers all the time. They ask me, do I need a foundation, and how do I prepare for my storage building coming in? There's a lot of different answers to that because there's a lot of variables to that. People ask me, do I need a concrete foundation such as footers? If you're going to do a tiny house, an office, or any type of remodeling on the inside of the shed to convert it into a climate controlled space with insulation, utilities, drywall, all of that, you absolutely need a concrete foundation under it, just like a house. If you're going to have any type of plumbing, you have to have concrete foundation under it because the code requires that. Most of our customers don't do that. I'd say 95% of our customers are just buying a shed because they need a shed. They need something to park their lawnmower in, a place to put their rakes and shovels and lawn tools. So if that's you, then this video is more applicable to you. There's three different ways that you can set up a basic storage shed in the backyard. You can set it flat on the ground, you can put it on blocks, or you can do my favorite, a shed pad, which we're going to discuss more in this video. Setting it on the ground is good for the right people in the right circumstances. Our buildings, all the lumber underneath of it, the skids, the joists, it's all treated for ground contact. So it's safe to set it right on the ground. That is if you have high and dry soil. If you have a place that holds a lot of moisture, holds a lot of water, doesn't drain very good, you're not going to want to do that. Some people don't want to do it just because they simply don't want the wood touching the ground. We've been doing this for 46 years, and we haven't had any issues with setting it right on the ground given the right conditions. However, if you're going to block it up, then have a discussion with your salesperson at Stateline Builders, and they'll give you more insight on the best way to block it up, the types of blocks to use, how many blocks you're going to need. You'll have to provide those blocks. We don't have room on our truck to bring them with us, so you have to have the blocks on site, and our driver will put the building in position, jack it back up, and position the blocks and level your building. And then the third option is a shed pad, and we're going to discuss a little bit about how this is done. This customer is getting a 12 by 24 building with vinyl siding, and it's a very heavy building, so he has prepared it in the right way. He started by using 4x4 treated timbers to make a border going all the way around the perimeter of the building. That's 1 foot wider and it's 1 foot longer than the actual building itself. Once those were in and those were level and pinned into place, he then came in with landscaper's fabric. He put the landscaper's fabric down and he put 3/4 stone on top of it. You can rent them at the big box stores, or fortunately for him, his neighbor had one. So he ran over it with that power tamper and he got it good and compact. He went an extra step and he put these paver blocks spaced like they are, because you're going to have 5 skids, so he's got a set of piers and paver blocks, but that's not actually necessary for a shed pad. He just wanted to do that extra step. If you put the 3/4 stone in there, you level it out, you compact it down, what that's going to do is it's going to allow all 5 skids underneath of that shed to rest evenly across the gravel. It equally distributes the weight, and that's why it makes a good platform. In addition to that, it acts as a moisture barrier. So your water is going to drain through the gravel into the soil below. So that gives you a drier surface for your timbers to sit on. I hope that gives you some insight on what a shed pad is. And if you're getting a larger, heavier building, this is certainly recommended. And if you want to do blocks, that's fine too. You know, set it on the ground, that's good too. There's different scenarios. That it's not a one-size-fits-all answer. I hope this video helps. Next, we're going to get a video of this shed coming in. We're waiting for it to come down the road, and when it comes in, you're going to see it being set on this and how that installation takes place. Thank you. Hey, it's Clay with Stateline Builders in Moyock, North Carolina. At Stateline Builders, we manufacture portable accessory buildings. We do build them on site, but the majority of our buildings are going to come in one piece, just like you see coming down the road here. When you order a building, we're going to build it in our shop to your specs, just like we have this customer. We're going to bring it out to you in one piece, just like you see here. And this is how this setup takes place. Fortunately, this customer has plenty of property and plenty of access to get to the site. In some instances where there's a fence or obstructions where there's no way that we can get it in there in one piece like this, we can prefab it in a kit in the shop. A crew will come out and we'll assemble it one piece at a time on your lot. This is how the majority of our deliveries take place. Okay, so now that the building is set down on the shed pad, our driver is going to put the level on it, and he's going to shim up whatever little bit of shimming it might need to make it perfect. And that's going to be the final setup. But before we leave, I wanted to talk about this machine over here on the truck. In this scenario, we had a wide open yard and we didn't have to use this machine. It was easier to bring it in on the truck. In some cases, you might not have this much space in the yard, and that's why we have this machine. It's called a mule, and you'll see it in another video we're going to do. But it's almost like a walk-behind forklift. The machine unloads, and it has dollies, and it can pick that shed up, and it can steer it into place, and we don't even have to get this truck off the street. So if you absolutely don't want the truck in your yard, we don't have to bring the truck in the yard. That's what that mule is for. And we're going to make another video where we show how that works. All right, another satisfied customer, another quality job by Stateline Builders. We hope you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you.